Hey, nerdy sports fan, we're talking about the Week 14 NFL action and Week 1 of the fantasy football playoffs. This week we've got Seattle going to see Los Angeles Rams. Now, this is a trap game. I understand the Rams are in the playoff hunt, but they're not on the level Seattle is. And Seattle just beat the Vikings, a very tough team, very close game. The Rams are in the hunt for that same playoff position that the Vikings are going for. And they've been going kind of under the radar this season. They weren't very good beginning of the year. They're really coming on the past few weeks. Seattle just coming off of a hard-fought Monday Night Football game. A little less rest. Little less important opponent. Divisional rival. I think it all spells bad news and a bit of a letdown for Seattle. I got the Rams winning this game. They're at home, and they're dangerous right now. Cooks is healthy in the lineup again. Gurley is getting a lot more focus in the offense. They switched from the kind of zone scheme to a more of a power run scheme to accommodate for his lack of mobility and strict reliance on power with that arthritic knee. But it's working. And yeah, I just see them having a puncher's chance in any game. And why not this one? So Seattle's absolutely one of the best teams in the league. And they got great leadership. It would not at all surprise me if they won. But this just screams trap game to me. And I think the Rams are going to pull it out. So, even odds in this game. That tells you something. With even odds in this game, the whole country is going to be betting Seattle. That's why I think the Rams are going to win. Because Vegas likes setting betting lines to make it so they make money. So, yeah. The Rams are still dangerous. They're better of late than they were at the beginning of the season, so the stat lines don't necessarily match up. The defense is playing solid. The offense is playing solid. Seattle's just due for a loss. And they had a very emotional week, a very emotional win last week on a short week. There's just too many factors going against Seattle for me to think that they're going to pull out a win. Fantasy football-wise, you always start Russell Wilson. You always start Chris Carson. You always start Todd Gurley. The other people is what you worry about. I avoid Brandon Cooks. I understand he's healthy, but what version of healthy? Is it healthy, yeah, he's great, or healthy, he's good enough for us to really push him out there? That happens a lot in NFL locker rooms. Okay? I haven't seen the production out of him that you would expect. I understand Cooper Kupp's dominating targets. The running game shift has made it so there's fewer targets to go around. Robert Woods has come on. But I think this is more of a something still wrong with Brandon Cooks. Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp are both plays, but not necessarily high dollar value plays. So Cooper Kupp gets a lot more targets. Robert Woods can make something out of nothing, and he's a lot more involved in the offense now. So, yeah, they both get played. Wide receiver 2-3 flex range is what we're talking for both of them. As far as Seattle goes, let's just talk for a brief moment about Decaf Metcalf. I'm really surprised that last week's announcing was the first time I heard somebody accidentally say Decaf Metcalf. But, yeah, maybe it'll stick. Who knows? Names like that tend to stick when you fumble the ball away in key situations. So, yeah. Just, Metcalf will be getting more play as the season goes on. He's getting more adjusted to what he has to do in his position with knowing what a defense is doing on option kind of routes, because every offense has them. And that's why receivers, receiving targets in general, they take time to develop into good quality players. End of the first season is when you first start thinking about it. You're seeing the same out of people like Deebo Samuel. So DK Metcalf is going to come on and produce some good fantasy points late in the season. He's a quality add if you don't already have him owned somewhere in the league because, you know, he was a hot commodity as a rookie with a name. But yeah, again, I have the Rams winning this because of a number of factors, but mostly it's an obvious trap game. Check out the rest of the videos for more fantasy football advice. Hit me up with the comments of what you think about this game. And check out the power rankings as well as fantasy football primer videos that I have going up this week as well.